Okay, we'll have the second part of Jeff's interview with Reggie coming up a little while later. You don't want to miss that, of course. They're going to be talking about more games, so Nintendo fans, be sure and tune in. Right now, we're going to get a look at Sonic Lost World on the Wii U. If you have questions, send them into @SpikeTV with the hashtag GTE3. I'm here with Sega brand manager Aaron Weber now to talk about this game, which is a Sonic exclusive on a Nintendo console. As an old school gamer, my mind is blown. That's a little surreal, but it's also awesome, right? So
it is.
Tell us about Lost World and what this game is all about.
Absolutely. So Sonic Lost World is Sega's big Sonic title for 2013. I know a lot of people are going, wow, Sonic on a Nintendo platform, and it's exclusive. Like if you're a 90s gamer, that blows your mind.
It's totally crazy.
But this is actually the second in our 3-deal exclusive partnership with Nintendo, so we're very excited for it.
Excellent.
And when you look at the game, you're going to notice that Sonic Lost World, first and foremost, has really changed a lot of the way that Sonic plays in 3D. You know, typically in Sonic games, you're going very fast, but now we've given the control over the speed back to the player. So right now, we're moving at just the normal walk speed. If you hold the right trigger, then you move into the run, like that. And finally, if you hold the left trigger, you go into spin dash. So you, as the player, get to choose how fast do you want Sonic to go at a speed that's best for you.
Interesting.
And previously in Sonic games, you know, you go very fast, but a lot of people say, man, I run into the wall or I fall off the edge, and that's frustrating when you die. And so we've made a lot of changes to really evolve the Sonic formula to make it best for players in a 3D format. Right there was the parkour system. That's a new element we've added to the game. And that way, if you run into walls, if you run into trees and objects and you're running, you can wall run, you can run up the wall, you can climb up ledges. It really keeps the flow of the game going, and it's very, very important for us. Very cool for gamers as well.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, just my initial reaction to the game and looking at it, you know, one of the best games, I think, on Nintendo's recent platforms has been Mario Galaxy, and there seems to be some, you know, just moving around the environment in that similar way with Sonic. Seems like it's going to be something that will be a part of this experience. Talk about traversing the environments and what you wanted to accomplish there.
Absolutely, and as you're seeing here, we've gone underneath the level. So there's a whole new dimension to Sonic levels. And you can say in some ways, you know, you mentioned Mario Galaxy, but actually Sonic Extreme, which was a game from the mid-90s, also has a lot of references here too. The badniks in this game are all references to badniks from previous Sonic games. There's just a ton of stuff in here that we put in for the fans. And right now we're going underneath the level. There are actually 4 different paths that you can go on our E3 demo this year. So we're going to run forward. We just saved some animals there. And if you remember the old animals from like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, we brought those guys back, those little capsules. And you're trying to rescue the animals as you go through by destroying badniks right there. You see the animals pop out by getting the capsules. And at the very end of this level, we're going to show you getting some more animals there. So we're going to keep running forward right now. And we're going to move on to the next part of the stage. But yeah, tons of stuff is a reference to old Sonic games that I think fans and 90s gamers especially will really appreciate.
And, you know, there's some interesting story elements of this game as well. I understand that Sonic might actually be befriending some old foes. Is that right?
Well, in a certain way, that's right. So everyone knows Dr. Eggman, right?
Yeah.
Or Dr. Robotnik, as he was once called. And in this game, we have 6 new enemies. They're called the Deadly Six. And because of what happens in the storyline, Sonic and Dr. Eggman are actually going to be teaming up to take on the Deadly Six. So it's nice for us because, I mean, how many games of Sonic games have you played where you're fighting Dr. Eggman, fighting Dr. Eggman, fighting Dr. Eggman? And after a while, you know, it gets kind of stale. So it's exciting for us to really change up the storyline a bit and have those two teaming up, these 2 longtime enemies joining forces.
Stale eggs, never good.
Never good. So we got some fresh eggs for you this time. That's right.
All right, so let's talk about a little bit more about the level design, because obviously you're talking about not only just changing up the formula a little bit, but also different playstyles. If you wanted to be a little bit more cautious, it seems like there. But we all know that at the root of Sonic is speed.
Absolutely.
So what do you do to promote that? I've seen these long stretches of land there for him to not fall off of, but of course to run as fast as possible.
That's right.
Talk about the level design and how that is old school Sonic at its core.
Yeah, totally. So really one of the key old school elements of Sonic is choice. You as the player get the choice to go whichever direction that you want to go. And you'll see that here, but in particular, we are adjusting the types of levels. So this level, as you take a look at it, very open, right? Very exploration based. And it encourages the player to explore and to run around and just check out all this stuff and don't hit the sheep. But one of the other levels we're going to show you in just a little bit is almost a purely speed-based level. And that level, I think, the Sonic fans are going to go, oh, that's the Sonic that I know and love and remember. So the cool part is that we've got this new type of level for gamers that maybe aren't as fast in terms of reflexes, and they can build up to that.
Yeah.
But of course, all of your key Sonic fans that love Sonic for his speed, you're going to see a level like that in just a moment that we're going to show you that I think those guys are going to go, ah, there it is. That's what I want.
Yeah, but these platforming elements seem really great too. I mean, this is something that, you know, like I said, from being a huge Galaxy fan or whatnot, just provides a different way to experience a Sonic game. So, but we're going to get ready to see him take off here in just a moment, right?
We are. He's going to bounce over these clouds, and we're going to get to the end of the level. Now, this is actually an alternate path he took. So instead of going through the cloud route, you can go all the way underneath the level and take a completely different path here. The clouds are one of the best parts of this level, I think. Very fun. and now he's going to bounce on the spring, and we're going to shoot forward near the end of the level. And we saw previously, the fans will notice, we saw a color power-up. He got the laser wisp, and that was from Sonic Colors. So it's kind of nice to see that we brought back a lot of those elements from previous Sonic games that worked really, really well. We've also added a number of new color power-ups, so if you were a fan of Sonic Colors on the Wii and you're excited to see that, stay tuned because we have some really cool stuff in store for you.
All right, here we go. This is all about the speed and the parkour.
Sort of. This is actually just him wall running, but what we're about to show you is a full level that is based on speed and running, and that's what's going to come up next. So yeah, if you want to see that speed, no problem, stay tuned. But so there's the capsule of animals. He's saving those. And at the bottom, you can see the number of animals we've saved so far. That's going to unlock stuff as you progress through the game.
Right.
So save those little animals. I think that kind of is the old core message of Sonic, right? Is Sonic goes out there to save the animals and fight Eggman. So now we're jumping into this new level. This one is much faster, and in this one, Sonic is not going to stop. So what you have to do is navigate through the level and avoid the walls. You're going through like a honeycomb-style level.
Okay.
And you're going to see it right here. Very, very different right now. This one's for all the old fans. So Sonic is running.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And he's going to be navigating through the different sections and platforms as we go through.
There you go. That is something that classic Sonic fans will certainly appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. And here he's going to try and grab those rings. Perfect. And he's dodging the enemies. All of these enemies, like the little butterfly guys there, the little jet birds that you just saw, all references to old Sonic games.
Have you played this before? You're doing a great job controlling this.
Our demoer is an awesome guy. Yes. And so right here, he's going to bounce onto these badniks. Yep, perfect. And take them out just like that. And now we're going to get this new badnik on screen. He throws paint at us. And it gets really annoying when this guy's splattering the screen with paint. You can't see where you're going, right?
Sure.
So there we go. Awesome, and we're going to keep running through the level, and he can actually choose to run on any of the different sides of the platform that he wants here, and that's going to change the camera angle. Right there, he's got the numbers. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can get all 5 of those, it's going to give you a 1-up. Little extra in there. And fans will have noticed the red star rings in here, too. We brought those back from Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations. And really, one of the primary things for us with this game is about taking what really worked with Sonic in 3D, revolutionizing it to make sure that it's great for all players of all ages, and then putting the best stuff into one package that's sort of the ultimate Sonic experience in 3D. And the coolest part is, it's not just on Wii U, it's also on the 3DS. So it's going to be exclusive to the Nintendo platforms this year. It's very exciting for us with that regard.
What does the game do to take advantage of the Wii U platform with the controller and whatnot? What are you seeing in that regard?
Absolutely. So when he got that laser wisp power-up, oops, splat. When he got that laser wisp power-up, he actually used the gamepad to trigger that. And with all of the wisp and color power-ups, as you use them, you're going to be using the gamepad to either tilt or to slide, and that's how you use the interactivity between gamepad and the Wii U.
Okay, and is this a single player experience only, or?
It is not, actually. Happy to say that there are 2 multiplayer modes. Okay. So the first is a sort of competitive mode between 2 players. The second is a support mode, which is very exciting because another player can use the Wiimote and the gamepad, and you can use the Wiimote to help you out as you're going through the game. So it's called support mode, and whether you're someone with a little brother that loves helping you out, that was me in like the early 90s with my little brother playing Tails. Yeah. You can do that in this mode in the same way that your second player is helping you out, or you can do the competitive mode, and that I think is fun for those lovely sibling rivalries that we all know exist out there.
Right, so co-op and competitive.
That's right.
And does it use the levels that will be unlocked throughout the game, or does it have its own levels in the multiplayer mode?
We haven't revealed that just yet, but it is an exciting feature, so do stay tuned for that as we talk about it.
We definitely will. Aaron, it's always good to see you. Thanks so much for
Likewise,
coming by. Great job on the demo. All right, guys, we appreciate that very much. Now, let's keep the Nintendo vibe going. Earlier, Jeff caught up with a very special guest at the Nintendo booth. Take a look.
All right, I'm back here at the Nintendo booth with a very special guest. It's an honor to have Mr. Miyamoto on our show here live at E3. So, Mr. Miyamoto, this is an amazing E3, I think, for you because you have so many games here this year. With obviously the new Super Mario 3D World, you've got Pikmin,